Hi guys, so here I'm Yusuf again. Welcome back to another episode of the Kickoff Discussion podcast. It's another thrilling Champions League night in Germany. PSG are falters and they have a high mountain to climb in France next week after losing 1-0 to Borussia Dortmund. In this video, I'll be discussing the tactics and game plan, the key moments, and I'll give my opinion at the end of the video. Dortmund set up in a 4-2-3-1 formation and they maintain that shape on offensive transition throughout the game. They have quick and explosive players in the likes of Karim Adeyemi and Jadon Sancho, who were a big threat to PSG all night. They were heavily involved in executing the Borussia Dortmund's game plan. They set up in a 5-4-1 system of play on defensive transition, with Adeyemi dropping into the defensive line while Jadon Sancho dropped into the midfield to complete a midfield four, and Fulkrug remained up front. Largely, I would say that Dortmund's game plan was successful because they were able to close down spaces very quickly, and when they win the ball, the offensive transition was very quick as well. PSG, on the other hand, set up in a 4-3-3 system of play, and their offensive transition sometimes they switch to 4-2-3-1, and on defensive transition they set up in a 4-1-4-1 shape. Mbappe struggles in that game because Dortmund knew what he could do to them, and they quickly shut down spaces to limit the threats, and that was successful for them in that game. Now, let's take a look at the stats from the game. Dortmund had 13 shots overall, and they have 4 shots on target, while PSG had 14 shots overall and 3 shots on target. Dortmund have 42% possession, while PSG have 58% possession. While Dortmund have 4 corners, then PSG have just 3 corners. Both teams have good goal scoring chance opportunities, and Dortmund took their opportunity to have a goal advantage going into the second leg. But I felt like whenever Mbappe couldn't get his rhythm in a match, they struggle to create good goal scoring chances or threaten the opposition. Well, there are some times in the game whereby they hit the post twice, but they were just unlucky not to have got the goal on that occasion. But this kind of occurrence happened against Barcelona in the first leg when they struggled to win the game. However, they came back in the second leg and they got the job done. I don't know what will happen in the second leg, but let's wait and see. Now let's move forward to the key moments in the game. Dortmund got the only goal of the game in the 36 minutes. PSG were trying to press Dortmund with Mbappe high up the pitch. Nico did well to change his direction, and instantly Fukru gave him an option with his run. He didn't hesitate and he provided a long ball behind the PSG's defensive line. He then converted to give Dortmund a much needed advantage going into the second leg in France next week. His first touch was quite exquisite, and he found the back of the net with his second touch. PSG's backline, they lost track of him, and that wasn't good defending from them. They lost concentration to allow him run into space like that. And now to my own opinion. Dortmund all night they were very quick in attacking and transition, and they took the advantage in what looked like a very tight game. PSG on the other hand failed to utilize their chances, and sometimes their offensive transition is quite slow because they allow PSG to regroup before they launch an attack. However, they would have a bit of advantage playing at home next week. This same situation happens in quarterfinal against Barcelona, as I said earlier. And one goal advantage for Borussia Dortmund doesn't mean they'll progress, but it's an advantage. And if they can put this kind of performance again in France, then I'm convinced that they may stand a chance to progress. PSG, on the other hand, are deadly and they will approach Dortmund next week like a lion that wants to devour its prey. It's hard to predict who will progress to the finals at Wembley because one goal advantage is a slim chance, as I said earlier. However, PSG have a lot to do if they want to progress, because that kind of performance they pull against Borussia Dortmund. If they repeat that kind of performance at home, I don't see them progress into the finals. And for me, Sancho was a standout performer yesterday in that game, in my own opinion. He was a threat to PSG anytime he's on the ball, and he provided good passes into the box that his attacker failed to utilize. I don't know why he was shipped back to Dortmund in the first place, because he has so much to offer in this current Manchester United team with his talent. But it is what it is. Well, that will be all for this video. Let me know what you think about the game in the comment section, and who you think will progress into the final next week. I will see you in another episode, and bye for now.